I'm afraid things aren't looking too good for Choso. He's in a spot right now where I can feel some unfortunate main character stuff set up. Just as a little tidbit in there, and then honestly, I actually really like seeing some of Yuji's character in this chapter laid out in such a way. It's really weird to see him having such a kind of sacrificial mindset when he comes to realize it. It's like that starts out like we know in the last chapter he got hit by an attack from Choso, who he got close in and then was able to harden some of the blood that he had in his hand and then throw it and then pretty much like pierce through him. At least I assume he threw it. That could have just maybe been like a palm smack or something in there to kind of get this attack going and to get him in this kind of spot. And then he can't fully like manipulate the blood that is outside of his body right now because of all the water in the air, but he's still able to think of some pretty good strategies. Now Yuji is like, he seems to be kind of like panicking because like it's like it doesn't feel like it just kind of like pierced my just kind of stabbed me. It feels like a lot different than before. Maybe a puncture in a vital organ. He's worried. He thinks he's gonna lose and he's gonna die, and he kind of just steals himself. And he's like, I understand my role now. It doesn't matter. If I'm the one to free Satoru, somebody has to do it. I just need to help move that along. And he even realizes like, even if I die here, I'm gonna take this guy down and move everything one step forward into this whole getting Satoru back. Because getting Satoru back is not it's not just like, oh yeah, he's trying to help one of his superiors and whatnot. It's no, he's not even like that. Satoru is a friend of his. He likes Satoru. He's mentored him and stuff. I think it's way more over the fact that from what we know and what they've pretty clearly been long since like taught in their Jujutsu sorcerer world, is that Satoru alone kind of tilts the balance for the war between humans and curses. Similar to how the curses have Sukuna, the humans have Satoru, because he's just he's a rare anomaly born every 1,000 years. He's super powerful, super skilled, and the fact that he exists like in general puts stress and like pressure on like the curses and any bad people in general, as we saw like some serial killers and stuff, like very dangerous individuals that if not for Satoru would go around using their powers to be like assassins and mass murderers and stuff. And we need him back in order to maintain the kind of peace of the world, because other than the crazies going out, you got to keep in mind all the cursed spirits who have been hiding and trying to keep a low profile are going to be up and about trying to to pretty much just reestablish the age of curses. And there could easily be a bunch more special grades that just have been hiding, that know that Satoru is too powerful for them and aren't as ambitious as as Mahito and his crew. And now now we have this really sick panel of Choso, and he's got the blood like on his fist. He's hardened out, and he's just laying it in, like landing attack after attack. The Yuji just swapping attacks, and he notes when he's fighting him that he's only really been hit by Yuji 3 times. He's only taken 3 like solid hits by him, but at the same time they're heavy hits, and he doesn't know how many he can take. I mean, he's lucky he hasn't got hit by a Black Flash. If he got hit by a Black Flash, I think he might be down. Like, it's super powerful technique, but it doesn't seem like Choso is like, he's definitely powerful. He doesn't seem like he's as durable. Like he doesn't seem like he's been as honed from combat experience. But also we know that Yuji has a ton of brute force behind him, just like the way his normal physical strength and his divergent fist. So it's not surprising that that Choso is taking heavy hits from him. But you get a really just aggressive like set of scenes of fights between them, and you have Choso kind of like go and just trying to lay some heavy hands, goes for like an under like leg sweep. Yuji dodges and pulls back inside of a bathroom stall, and when Choso moves over there, Yuji just busts right through the door, lands a direct like double-handed kick to the face, and then wraps his legs right around the dude's neck and just throws him and tries to go in for more attacks. And he's still setting up his strategy. He's still setting up like what he needs to do, what his plan is, and how he's gonna go about this. But it looks like his body might be kind of like lagging, and he's not able to really like get his stuff set up, because all it takes is that one solid like mess up hit, and then here comes in Choso just landing hits. I think it's because part of it is the fact that when he went to go land like a big hit on him, Like he's like, oh, it didn't feel right, and it's revealed that Choso had hardened blood on that spot on his body, so it probably like messed up his like timing, and like probably like hurt. Like there's probably some recoil. I imagine like hitting it was, instead of like punching flesh, might have been like landing on steel or something. And because of that, now Yuji is just like, he's knocked out of his momentum. He's taken a lot of heavy damage, and there was the note from Choso. He's like, he's still breathing, but other than that, he's like, go when you get to the other side, ask my brothers for forgiveness. But at that point, like, Choso has like this, he has this wave kind of come over him, and it's like saying how he has a memory that was born inside his brain of a past event that never happened. So I'm wondering what exactly that's going to entail to, because if it was just in general like, oh, he's having a flashback, maybe it would have something to do with Kamo, the guy who created the cursed spirits from that all those women's abortions, and then you have maybe some Sukuna stuff, or it was just something that maybe it was in the deep of his subconscious. But the fact that it never happened makes me really kind of like, is this going to be like some Sukuna power, or maybe like back when we saw Geto go against that guy, and the guy was kind of confused, like, why am I seeing my dog? But it was because Geto just had beat him so fast, his life was flashing before his eyes, and he wasn't realizing it. Is maybe Choso is kind of going to have a similar thing like that, where just the intimidation that Yuji is going to put off in a second, maybe like Sukuna will come out, and that level of intimidation caused him to just kind of, his brain to forge memories, because he doesn't really have like memories to have that flashback. I think that'd be really cool. And then it's like, it's his brain is kind of just trying to fabricate a bunch of ideas and memories in his head so that he can have this flashback before he potentially dies. I think if Sukuna takes over Yuji's body, that'd be a really interesting twist, just because with all the guys right now, I stuttered over that really bad. With all the guys right now that are all up and about, the cursed spirits are kind of like in a spot where like we don't know if they're going to be loyal to resurrecting Sukuna or not. But Sukuna now would be a perfect chance to kind of like make another faction in this whole big battle, and probably put some fear into the cursed spirits. Maybe we could see, them deal with Sukuna. It would be a really interesting twist. I would like to see that, just to see like how would they react to Sukuna as Sukuna's kind of going against them. And though they seem to be diverting a little bit from having Sukuna as part of their plan, I imagine Jogo is probably going to be like, we should probably try and convince him to get back on our side, or at least be on our side in general before he kills us all. Just something like that. But that'd be actually be even crazier if Sukuna kind of rampaging was what led to the rescue of Satoru. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Fast read chapter, good stuff. Always really, really good fighting choreography from Jujutsu Kaisen. It makes some of the chapters go by way faster, but it has such like reread value of just going in and looking at some of the dynamics and stuff. But other than that, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter. I think Choso is going to end up dead soon. I've got a bad feeling for him. But other than that, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up the video, from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. I thank you all for listening. Bye.